Today we're going to talk about something that's changing, well, everything about how we use the internet. We're moving from a world where the web is just a tool we have to operate to one where it's a partner that actually helps us. This is the AI revolution, and believe it or not, it's happening right inside your browser.
So let me just start with a question for you. Think about the last time you were trying to do anything complicated online, maybe planning a trip or researching a big purchase. Be honest, how much of your time was spent just wrestling with the browser itself, juggling tabs, copying and pasting? Does it ever feel like you're working for the browser and not the other way around?
For as long as most of us can remember, this has been the reality. We live on the manual web. It's this endless, exhausting cycle of opening a million tabs, trying to keep track of everything, and piecing information together yourself. But a completely new way of doing things is here, the AI-powered web, where your browser stops being a dumb box and starts being an active co-pilot.
And a perfect example of this shift is a new browser reportedly coming from OpenAI, supposedly called Atlas. It's being designed from the ground up to fix all those frustrations by putting an AI copilot right at the very heart of everything you do online. So, the first thing you'd notice is just how seamless it all is. Instead of having one window for your work and another for ChatGPT, the AI is just there. You highlight any text on any page, a confusing paragraph, a long article, and a little ChatGPT nub pops up. One click, and you can get a summary, an explanation, or even have it rewritten for you right on the spot. No more switching tabs.
And it gets even deeper than that. The browser has this smart, context-aware sidebar, and what that means is the AI knows exactly what you're looking at. So, you're on a product page with hundreds of reviews, you can just ask the sidebar, hey, what's the general consensus here? You're a developer staring at a block of code, you can ask it to explain what's going on. It all happens right there.
Okay, but this next feature, this is the real game changer. It's called AI Agent Mode. We're not just talking about understanding anymore, we're talking about doing. In a demo, someone gave the AI a recipe. The agent then literally took over a browser tab, went to Instacart, found every single ingredient and added them all to the shopping cart. I mean, think about that. Your browser is no longer just showing you things, it's doing things for you.
So yeah, an AI agent in your browser sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? But it's not magic. It's actually the result of decades of work in two fields that have been quietly growing up side by side. So let's pull back the curtain a little bit on the tech that makes this all possible.
The engine driving all of this is something called a large language model, or an LLM. You've definitely heard of them. ChatGPT, Gemini, they're all LLMs. The best way to think about them is as the AI brains of the operation. They've been trained on just an unimaginable amount of text from the internet, which lets them understand language and context in a way that feels incredibly human.
And look, this stuff didn't just appear out of nowhere. The technology for both search and AI has been evolving in parallel for decades. The basic ideas go all the way back to the 1940s and 50s. They grew up together through the digital age, through the 2010s, but it's right now, in the 2020s, that these two worlds are finally crashing into each other.
And when I say they're coming together, I don't just mean they're sitting side by side. It's this incredibly powerful, symbiotic relationship. It's like a two-way superhighway where each one makes the other exponentially better.
So let's break that down. It's really two big ideas. On one side, you have search technology making AI models better. And on the other, you have AI models making search engines way smarter. It's this perfect feedback loop where each one fuels the other.
So first up, how does search help AI? Well, search engines are constantly scanning billions of websites, which gives these AIs a fresh, up-to-the-minute source of information to learn from. And critically, search can inject real-time facts into an AI's answer. This is the secret sauce that stops an AI from being stuck in the past and helps it avoid just making stuff up. You know, those hallucinations we hear so much about.
All right, now let's flip it around. How does AI supercharge search? This is where it gets really cool. Because LLMs actually understand language. They get the intent behind what you're asking, not just the keywords you typed. They can summarize content for better indexing. And the best part? Instead of that wall of 10 blue links we've been staring at for 20 years, you just get a real conversational answer. So it's pretty clear this is a huge deal, right? This merger of search and AI is going to completely reshape our digital lives. But with any huge leap forward, there are some really big questions and some pretty high stakes we need to think about.
And the main battlefield for this new world? It's the browser. I mean, think about it. Right now, Google Chrome has a staggering 71% of the entire market.
That's not just a lead, that's a dynasty. So these new AI browsers aren't just a cool feature, they're a direct challenge to one of the most dominant pieces of software on Earth.
And as we dive headfirst into this, we've got to tackle some major hurdles. First up, privacy. How is all our personal browsing data being used here? Then there's trust. Can we really rely on the AI's answers and actions to be accurate and unbiased? You've also got the simple economics of it. These models are incredibly expensive to run. Can that scale to billions of people? And finally, security. What happens when an AI that controls your shopping cart messes up? These are the questions we all have to start asking.
So here we are, at this incredible moment in time. The browser is transforming from a simple tool into an intelligent partner, one that understands us and can act on our behalf. The real question isn't if this is happening, it's what comes next. As this partnership gets deeper, what will you ask your browser to do for you?